From our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Or to state politics, and Labor is shining the spotlight on the role of associate secretaries in the public service, calling for the positions to be abolished. It claims the salary of each job is $250,000 on average, and slashing them would save around $8 million.
These new positions were created in 2022 and there's been no measurable improvements. In fact, many of our outcomes as a state are going worse.
We have a review underway. We're doing an audit into that.
There are 8 associate secretary roles in the state, with 5 positions currently vacant and subject to the hiring freeze. The only organisation providing support to all cancer sufferers across Tasmania is calling for support of its own. The Cancer Council urging the state government to boost its funding so it can continue to provide vital services for those doing it tough.
After a kidney transplant 7 years ago, Sue Levitt spends every day taking necessary steps to protect her health.
Sun protection is my biggest challenge, that I need to make sure that I'm as well protected from the sun as I can be, because skin cancer is my biggest risk.
Sue looked to the Cancer Council for help.
It's my first stop, my only stop, and it's just the only choice, I think, for Tasmanians to come to get direction, guidance, support and help.
1 in 3 Tasmanians will be diagnosed with cancer before the age of 75, but support services are stretched. Cancer Council, the only organisation of its kind in the state.
Our services range from prevention education programs in schools for things like SunSmart. We go into workplaces to raise awareness about how to reduce the risk of a cancer diagnosis.
And they're all free of charge, with the organisation relying heavily on financial support from the community.
It's through fundraising events, it's through donations, it's through community fundraising, and it's through gifts and wills.
It's now calling for the state government to come to the table to increase its yearly funding.
We're actually looking for a boost of about $500,000 a year.
We are committed to investing record money into preventative health, and that's exactly what we've been doing.
But with more than 11 Tasmanians receiving a diagnosis every day, the Cancer Council says extra funding is needed now more than ever.
It would mean that we'd be able to extend our transport to treatment services. It would mean that we'd be able to put more staff on the ground.
Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
Independent MLC Meg Webb is calling for the government to come clean on the findings of an independent review on taxpayer funds being used for legal fees for public servants named in the Commission of Inquiry into Child Sexual Abuse. The state government told Parliament late last year it was expecting the report by the end of 2024. A spokesperson for the government says it's being considered. Charges have been laid almost a year after a young boy was fatally hit by a car outside a Hobart school. The 12-year-old died after he was struck near Cosgrove High in Glenorchy on April 5. A 41-year-old woman has been charged with causing death by negligent driving and driving without due care and attention. She is expected to front court on May 2. On-street dining and later trading hours could be coming to more venues under changes to Tasmanian liquor regulations. The state government simplifying the way businesses will need to apply for permits.
So people can get on with working in their business as opposed to doing copious amounts of paperwork.
They'll still need separate permits from local councils. They get the drill. More people are worried about the bill when visiting the dentist, which may be why Tasmania faces some of the biggest oral health challenges in the country. St Luke's new gap-free dental network is rolling out to dentists like Trusted Smiles in Westbury. Members pay no out-of-pocket costs for preventative treatment, possibly avoiding bigger problems down the track.
Type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular things, heart attack, stroke, even certain forms of dementia, that your risk can be significantly reduced with good, proactive, preventative oral health care.
I'm really happy that we're getting a really good take-up of the dental network right across Tasmania. So obviously we want to ensure that we're just not in Launceston and Hobart. We want to get into the regional areas. More
than 100 dentists statewide have so far signed up. A long-standing staple of the Tasmanian live music scene is getting ready to lock its doors and turn out the lights one final time. Hobart's Uni Bar joining a growing list of venues shutting up shop, leaving local musicians concerned about the industry's future.
From Paul Kelly to Cold Chisel to Powderfinger, hundreds of artists have graced this stage since its 1976 inception. Uni Bar proving an integral part of campus culture.
The Uni Bar has and was and is an institution. I'd frequent the bar as often as I would be going to lectures.
The live music venue set to call Last Drinks, making way for the redevelopment at the University of Tasmania's Sandy Bay campus.
This venue isn't closing for any other reason than the lease isn't being renewed.
A UTAS spokesperson was unable to confirm what will happen to the space, maintaining it's working with the student union to boost facilities. But local bands fear the closure could have drastic impacts on Tasmania's live music scene.
An opportunity to support a mainland band there, or to be a part of a venue that has a capacity like that. To not have that around anymore, it's a pretty grim reality.
Reaching new audiences and attracting big names to the state is proving a difficult task, following the closure of other popular venues like the Brisbane Hotel.
To not be able to come down to Tasmania, they want to be here and we want to support them.
Uni Bar's doors aren't closing just yet. The venue said to host a series of farewell gigs over the next few months before the lease officially ends on June 30. Vandemonian admitting its closure will be felt far and wide.
There's a host of employment and economic activity that occurs because of a gig, and I think that's why we want to sit down with government and local council and see if we can try and fill the gaps.
Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
Shamrocks are on proud display and Tasmania is green tonight as St Patrick's Day celebrations kick on well into the evening. Our Irish pubs busily embracing the full day of festivities as they race to keep pints full and the party going.
It might be a Monday, but the pubs are still packed and the Guinness is flowing.
It gives me a reason to drink.
The pub to be like the Irish pub, so we came in here having a few Guinnesses.
Playing up a little bit, I won't reveal the exact number.
From a visit from a lucky leprechaun.
You know, it's fun and games. At the end of the day, St Patrick's Day.
To a belting of an Irish tune.
My name is Joe MacDonald from Belfast town.
The common agenda, raising a toast to the patron saint of Ireland.
Everyone seems to be Irish on St Patrick's Day. You make the most of it.
For many, St Patrick's Day is an excuse to drink to their homeland.
It's just another day to go in the beer. Too many over the weekend. Suffering today.
Even if the party is bigger down under.
Every country around the world except Ireland gets in it. It's not really celebrated that much at home.
One thing that's not as good as home though, the Guinness rating.
It's not great. Back home in Ireland, it's like mother's milk.
I'm on my 9th right now, so I can't tell the difference.
For our Irish pubs, the iconic day is one of their busiest, pouring thousands of pints from the crack of dawn.
The biggest day and easily the day that we look forward to the most.
Pipe band's coming on, we've got music going on, we do get quite busy and quite hectic. People do love their Guinness, I'll give you that.
And for some, it's the extra luck of the Irish. Today, a double reason to celebrate.
Happy birthday to you.
It's my birthday. Their fan band are outside right now. They're celebrating it too. They're all dressed up, look fantastic.
The sea of green, still a mighty draw card.
Happy St Patrick's Day.
Victoria Riso, 7 Tasmania News.
Attention might be turning to Easter, but 5 local charities are thinking back to December. The organisation's joining forces again to thank the 100+ volunteers who helped spread cheer at last year's Launceston Community Christmas Lunch.
One of the most important days of the year they give up to come along and support us and the guests. Yeah, we couldn't do it without them.
Offer something where community members are able to feel that they're a part of it, included for all demographics.
Focus now turns to preparations for the event's 10th anniversary this Christmas.
The alarm bells certainly aren't ringing amongst the Senior Talent Academy women despite a 45-point loss to Port Melbourne Borough. Their match up with the VFLW powerhouse proving a great opportunity for the young squad.
It was a really good game, obviously a challenge for us coming against one of the good VFLW sides, but I think we know what we need to work on, just that transition play and hitting those short kicks up, which they did really well.
1 from 2 so far in the 5-game rep series. They faced North Melbourne on Saturday. Taron Armstrong's had his best performance since signing his 2-way deal with Golden State and Santa Cruz, scoring 12 points for the Warriors in the G League, as well as 7 rebounds and 5 assists. Santa Cruz beating Birmingham 107-98. The Tigers might have missed the Shield final, but they're on the verge of spoiling it for New South Wales, who needed to win this day-nighter to make the final themselves. And that seems impossible after a 5-wicket wipeout from Beau Webster and 3 from Riley Meredith last night. Tasmania returning to the crease with a 145-run lead, which a rampaging Jake Weatherald single-handedly doubled this afternoon.
Ooh, goes big. Really big.
Guitarist looking for that.
He's laughing too.
That ball, he might have to go knock on someone's front door to get it.
You might have to scale the fence first.
He'd end up with 145 runs off 157 balls, a half-century too from Tim Ward. Play is still underway at Ninja Stadium. They're now leading by a whopping 424 runs with 7 wickets remaining. And brutal conditions at Mount Buller have spurred Tasmanian Sam Fox to victory in the cross-country mountain bike national championships. Riders battled it out through rain and fog, with competition going ahead despite a severe weather warning.
I went out pretty hard just because I was feeling cold and just wanted to warm up a bit.
And go hard he did, finishing more than a minute ahead of rival Jack Ward. Yeah, I think he would have enjoyed a hot shower after that, Kim.
I reckon. Great win. Thanks, Nick. Well, Peter Murphy will join us after the break with a weather forecast.
Good evening and happy St Patrick's Day to you. Hope you had a good crack. Hobart and Burnie 18 today, Launceston and Devonport 19, Smithton, St Helens and the Bass Strait Islands all 18, Low, Head, Friendly Beaches, Bushy Park and Strawn 17, Grove 16, Lyoweeney a top of 8. Some patchy cloud today, mainly over the western half of Tasmania. Further north, Moore is swirling to the west, south of WA. Clouds still there over the New South Wales coast and further north over the tropics. A big fat high sits over our region tomorrow with a trough to its north and a cold front well to the southwest. Our winds west-northwesterly up to 20 knots but to 30 knots over southern waters with a 4-metre swell. We have a strong wind warning that's between Tasman Island and Low Rocky Point. Forecast for tomorrow, Hobart cloud clearing 24, 23 the high for Adventure Bay, partly cloudy for Tarraleah. Managing 19 degrees, 23 for Launceston, Devonport 21 along with Bridport, fine and partly cloudy. Similar weather for Burnie, 21 the top, 20 for Strawn, a few showers moving in and 19 the high for Marrawar. St Helens 24 and sunny for Swansea as well, 25 the maximum and 20 the high for Whitemark on Flinders. On to Wednesday now, fine and sunny over most of the state. Showers developing on Thursday, less so over the south. And on Friday, fine and partly cloudy, the chance of a shower over the northeast. A sunny 31 in Perth tomorrow, fine and sunny as well in Adelaide and Melbourne. Cloudy conditions over Sydney and Brisbane and a possible storm in Darwin. It's cloudy right now in Hobart, 15 at the moment, 16 in Launceston, partly cloudy in Devonport, currently 15. Still plenty of time, Kim, to continue St Patrick's Day celebrations. I did ask today that I could do the weather from maybe an Irish-themed establishment. I don't know why you didn't let me.
Well, I'm surprised you're here. Thank you, Murph. See you tomorrow. And that is all your news for this Monday. Home and Away is coming up next, but for now, from the news team, it is good night.